Welcome back, everyone, finally, to the Deadlight Society. I'm Adam.
I'm Michael.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, but it's okay. We always find our way back, right? We always find our way home.
No, this time it was a struggle.
I mean, rightfully so, but we're back. I've been promising y'all that we're coming back. I mean, we're back. It just took a minute to get back, but we're back.
PCs, people, sickness, health, love, failure. It's what makes the world go round and what makes us want to kill ourselves. Everything went to shit the past couple weeks. I had to rebuild my PC and it was just a nightmare ordering parts. But $500 later and I have a new fucking computer that's all ready to record for you guys.
Yeah. So, like I said, we're back. I know it's been a few weeks since our last episode, and we were talking about Wednesday last time. But we're back this week with Sinister, a very spoopy movie, very dark.
Is it spoopy? Is it actually spoopy?
Yeah, it's a little spoopy. I won't
It
lie.
is actually. I had to turn it off a couple
Yeah,
times.
me too. It was a little spoopy. I'm not gonna lie. But I did like it, so there's that. And it's a one that a lot of people I always see in like the horror groups on Facebook. This is a movie that everybody's still continuously talking about. As,
Oh
like, one of
yeah,
their
it's
tops, so.
literally one of the best rated like jump scary movies like out there. Like still rated as one of the scariest.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why. Like it's very easy to see why.
Yeah.
It's unsettling and gross.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. I also like that there's like the found footage aspect in here as well.
Oh yeah, that's what sold me on it.
It's also a nice touch. So overall, really liked it. Do want to give you guys the ratings really quick. Well, actually, before we do any of that, do we have any horror news that we want to talk about, or anything at all, since we've been gone for a few weeks?
I don't know what we can talk about. I mean, we saw Evil Dead Rise, so that'll be coming soon.
Yeah, that's on deck actually for us, so that'll be fun. That's what you guys have to look forward to. Couldn't figure out what the fuck.
I think somebody asked for it. I
Evil Dead Rise.
don't remember if I read a comment or not on TikTok. I also could have been reading somebody else's. I tend to do that.
I'm just thinking it's about us. It could be, but
It's like, ooh, I really want to do that.
I think it's good. Like, I like to do the newer movies, but I don't like to do them right away because at that point, not a lot of people has had a chance to see them yet. So I'm hoping by the time that episode releases, maybe a higher percentage of people would have seen it by then if they wanted to and would be willing to check out the episode. I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think we have a lot of horror news. I think we have a lot of us news.
A lot of us news. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, because like we've been away for a bit. We have a bunch of stuff planned now. We have anniversary stuff we gotta get done. That's been postponed for a little bit. I don't know. Do you want to announce that now, or do you still want to hold off?
I mean, we can announce stuff. We just don't have dates yet in play. Like, we have to. We did have
probably
dates.
be another like month or two.
Yeah, we literally wanted to go live on TikTok for the first time on our 1 year of our first episode releasing, which was April 20th. That was in the plans. It was in the works, and then, like we said, everything with the PC happened, and we kind of just had to break it down and be like, okay, so that's not going to happen. Let's push it back. It's still a plan that we're going to have. It's just we don't know an exact date yet, but within the next few weeks, most likely. Is what we're.
I said a month or two, but it'll probably be like a month.
Within the next few weeks is what we're looking for, and that's just gonna, like I said, a TikTok live. We would like to get to a point where we're able to get it to go live on TikTok as well as on YouTube. Kind of do like a 2-in-1 because YouTube will at least save. Yeah, like YouTube will save the live, whereas TikTok, I'm pretty sure they just delete right away. So we'd like to get to a point, but for the first one, we might just go live on TikTok, just kind of like introduce ourselves. We do have like 1,000 followers on there, so we'd like to just kind of get on there, talk for a little bit, play the trivia game, just kind of bullshit, and just kind of, get to know the audience, whoever tunes in. I know it's obviously not just going to be our followers. It can be anybody who just is scrolling on TikTok at the moment and comes across
a lot of trolls, probably.
Yes, I'm sure we'll have some of those, but I mean, at this point, I'm not really worried about it because I don't really care. It's not what I'm there for. I'm there to to talk horror and just talk. You know what I mean? That's.
I'm there to cry.
I'm sure you
I'm
are.
just gonna sit there and cry the whole time. People scare me.
I mean, you're right though.
That's why I'm an editor.
That's why
Not a public personality. I mean, I guess I technically am too.
kind of, but not exactly.
I'm behind the mic.
Yeah. You can't see.
I'm also going to be behind the mask.
Yeah. So, y'all have. I mean, not everybody, I'm sure, but y'all have seen my face a few times. Like, I don't care.
If you track our stuff back, you can find my face very easily.
Oh, yeah.
It's very accessible and out there. However, for the joy of me and being able to show off like my skills and doing other stuff other than just editing, like makeup effects and shit, like I want to do like just be fun with it.
And that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have a mask and do the fun stuff.
And I'm just gonna be boring. Somebody said.
Michael's worked a long time on his self-image issues. I haven't, so I still have to wear a mask.
Wait. Somebody said for our first live that you're gonna dress up as Ghostface and I can dress up as fucking Sid.
That was it.
So if you see that, mind your business. So I think that would be hilarious. So, but we'll see. We gotta plan it a little bit more and figure out a date. But as well as the live that we're planning on doing, and that's gonna hopefully be a weekly thing, if not an every other week thing. It just really depends on our schedules and stuff. But other than
not sick and dying and have dead PCs.
Huh?
When we're not sick and dying and having dead PCs.
Yeah, so
broke,
that's what I mean. It all depends on certain factors, but it's something that we'll iron out and we'll figure out like a good map for. But other than that, we also do have a giveaway coming, and at first we had a few different things in mind, but I think we've come
basically
to
what he's saying right now is me and Michael fought a lot, and then we finally figured out what we're doing.
Well, we figured it out. That's all that matters, right? At the end of the day, that's all that matters. We figured it out, and we have a giveaway also in the works. Again, don't have details just yet for you guys, but it's in the works. It's something that we're talking about.
Details.
Yeah, we
don't
have.
want to do. No, let's just announce it at once. Yeah.
What?
Never mind. We'll announce it with the other, like with the date and stuff. I don't want to give away what it is.
Yeah, so that's why we'll
I like it because it's my favorite.
Yeah, we have plans in the works. Is basically what we're trying to say, and I know we've been saying that, but we had to take this time off. We're back now. The plans are still in motion. We just got to put dates to it and get everything ironed out so we have all the details. But it's coming, so please stay tuned. I know. I keep saying that, but please just stay tuned. We're coming for you.
We're coming.
For you.
We're coming.
You better edit that shit out. Fuck you up.
Not staying in there.
I hate him. Just in case that does stay in. Anyway, back to the movie. We're gonna go right back into the pre-information here. It is streaming right now on HBO Max as well as on Amazon Prime. It is an hour and 15 minutes long. It's rated R. And it's from 2012. Jason Blum is actually a producer on here. Did you know that?
You missed some news.
What?
You missed some news.
What news?
We may have a second Michael.
I didn't know if you wanted to announce that just yet, but yeah, that's fine.
No, I do because like he's in.
Rewind.
He's
Sorry.
In. Yes, we should in 2-3 episodes, maybe after this one goes out, and then the Evil Dead Rise, to introduce new Michael, to the Deadlight Society. We'll be dropping an episode on Army of Darkness, and to introduce our Michael, our beloved, our normal Michael. He'll be being introduced to the Evil Dead franchise for the first time. So to give you guys both of those, after Sinister and Evil Dead Rise, we'll be dropping Army of Darkness with the three of us.
All right. So there you go. Heard it here first.
We got a schedule of what you have to look forward to for at least the next month.
True. That's so long as everything works out the way that we need it to. But yeah, I like I said, I didn't know if you wanted to announce that yet, just because we're like 2 episodes away,
I want to solidify it now, just so it actually comes into motion, and I'm not.
Very good.
What's the date on this?
He's gonna have to be called Mike, just so we're aware.
Yeah.
That's gotta be
I
Mike.
already said the intros are gonna be Mike, Michael, and Michael.
Okay, that's fine. But it's gonna be too confusing. Like, Michael, who? Which one? Me? This guy? Which one?
Well, he said,
OG or what?
I'll tell you what we can call him after. We have options.
Okay, all right. Again,
It's not just Mike.
we'll figure it out. But yeah, we do have a new edition coming, so stay tuned for him. I don't personally know him. I know nothing about him. I don't even know what he looks like. But Adam knows him, so
Michael has come in contact with him a little bit, like through the Discord, but that's about it.
yeah, that's about it. So it's fine. I'm sure
He
we'll get
sees
along.
us bullshit.
Yeah, we'll
That's
get
what it
along.
comes
I'm pretty
down
easy to get along with. He's got the same name as me, so he's got to be kind of cool.
And he gets along with me, which is like, if he gets along with me, he's definitely getting along with
That's
you.
fair.
Because, like,
You're an
I'm
asshole.
weird. Yeah, basically. Now, yeah.
All right, so I think that's all the news we have for you then, right? We have the live,
Yep.
the giveaway, and the new Michael
New member.
Mike coming in. So 3 things for you guys. Coming very shortly to a podcast near you. The Deadlight Society.
That's this podcast.
It's this podcast.
It's not any other near podcast. It's just this one.
It's just this one, sorry. Anyway, back to pre-information. I was just saying to you, did you know that Jason Blum was a producer?
Did not.
He is. Interesting.
I still hate him as a human being. Actually, I can't say that. I saw the leaked Five Nights at Freddy's trailer, horror news.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay.
They sold me on the whole movie.
I didn't, you
Like,
sent it to me,
genuinely.
didn't you?
I sent you. It was taken down by the time you saw it, I think.
I was going to say, because I didn't see
Yeah.
it, so...
Because it was like literally somebody that was editing the trailer, or like that got first fucking screening of the trailer.
Dang.
Like, there was barcodes over the screen. There was everything like, do not fucking show this thing.
Nice.
But they just recorded their screen with it, and the animatronics look like the game, and it's wild.
Nice.
And fucking Matthew Lillard, hearing his voice made me so happy.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
And seeing fucking, is it Zach or Hutchinson? Josh. Yeah, Josh Hutchinson. Seeing him in movies, that made me fucking happy.
Like childhood nostalgia.
Yeah. I don't know what has he done anything really since like Hunger Games.
Oh God, I feel like I've seen or heard of him since, but like nothing major. Like I don't think anything has topped that, like the Hunger Games for him yet. I mean, I could be
a
wrong.
horror trilogy.
Yeah, I haven't really followed his career, so I mean, I could definitely be wrong, but I haven't personally seen anything from him since like the Hunger Games. So,
Well, Blumhouse Five Nights at Freddy's trilogy coming soon.
dope.
Halloween or next year, I forget which.
What it said. I thought it said around Halloween though.
It might have been October. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, once again, back to pre-movie information. We keep ADHD. That's all. We just keep going, and then we're back.
Horror news and
That's what I mean. We just kind of get sidetracked, but we're back. We're gonna reel it back. Okay, so ratings for this movie. Rotten Tomatoes only gave it a 63%, which I was kind of surprised about, if I'm being honest.
I'm not. I can see where there's some issues.
I mean, I guess, but from how many people love this, I don't know. I just felt like it was going to be more. But IMDb is 6.8 out of 10, and Google still only an 84%. Again, I thought that would be a little bit higher, just because I've never seen anybody shit talk this movie. I always see people bring it up as like one of their favorites. I have yet to see somebody. I haven't. I have yet to see somebody.
I see a lot of shit talking on the second one.
I haven't watched that one, but yeah, I see that one has way less ratings than that, so I can see that. Let's see. Just for those, I'll just read the quick summary again on Google for those of you who don't know what it's about. True crime writer Ellison Oswald is in a slump. He hasn't had a bestseller in more than 10 years and is becoming increasingly desperate for a hit. So, when he discovers the existence of a snuff film showing the deaths of a family, he vows to solve the mystery. He moves his own family into the victim's home and gets to work. However, when old film footage and other clues hint at the presence of a supernatural force, Ellison learns that living in the house may be fatal. So, an interesting plot. Like I said, it is really cool, the found footage aspect of this and stuff like that. And we'll get into more spoilers part 2 here so that you guys, if you want to watch it, you can go watch it if you haven't. But do you want to do Fear or Flop in the beginning here?
Yes.
I was going to say, we kind of always neglect that. I feel like
Fear 9 because I was certifiably spooked.
Okay, all right. Fear 8, like Fear 8.5 for me, so we're around the same spot again. So
if I'm actually like on nerved and like unsettled by your movie. Sorry, we knew it was gonna happen. We put up acoustic foam earlier, and it just started falling off the fucking wall, and we knew it was gonna fucking happen.
Only one so far. We'll see if any more fall down.
But what was I saying?
You were getting your fear. So you said fear 9.
Yeah, like if your movie genuinely like unnerves and unsettles me at this point with how many movies I've seen, like you got at least an 8 or a 9 for me.
That's fear 8.5 for me. I mean, I could definitely give it a fear 9 too. I don't really know. There's like we were discussing before. I think the only thing that I really disliked is that it was a little too dark. Like
I have my issues, but I don't think it takes away from the overall product.
Yeah. But it was just like you were saying. It's like they needed to turn the brightness up a little bit. Like I understand that adds it adds to the spookiness of the film, and I understand it, and I appreciate that effort. But if I can't fucking see your movie in the daytime, and I can only watch this in a pitch dark room, like it kind of limits like the accessibility of the movie. You know what I mean?
Why are you giving away shit before our trailer?
What did I give away?
How dare you?
All I said was it was dark.
That is review time. That is not
You're right.
trailer time.
Listen, all I said was that it was too dark. I didn't give you no plots away, no nothing. It's just a little dark for me. That's it. That's all. It's a little. They needed to turn the brightness. Just a little tiny bit. Like I want to be able to watch it always, not just at night. Like, but.
Well, on that note, let's get to our trailer.
You're right. So
and get to our review.
Yeah, I got trivia. I got a few, like 4 things of trivia. That might be more, but at least 4.
Mr. Derrickson's Sinister. See you after the trailer.
New details today in the grisly murders of a local family found earlier this week.
I didn't want to move here.
We couldn't afford to live in the old house anymore. Plus, the new story I'm writing is here.
Is the story a good one this time?
I'm gonna write the best book that anybody's ever read. I got a really good feeling about this.
You gotta be kidding me. Family hanging out. Barbecue 79. That's the family who lived here.
You think these are serial murders?
I don't know. The first one I found dates back to the 60s.
The only link between all these cases is the symbol.
The symbol is associated with a pagan deity named Bagul. He consumes the souls of human children.
I have never been onto something this big before.
Early Christians believed that Bagul actually lived in the images themselves and that they were gateways into his realm. Children exposed to the images were especially vulnerable to Bagul's abduction.
Sweetheart, what are you doing?
Painting. I wanted to paint her picture.
Who are you talking about?
Stephanie. She used to live here.
Trevor?
What's the matter? What's happened?
Get the kids. Pack the car. We have to leave here now.
And we're back. Part 2. Got some spoilers coming for you. So once again, if you did not see this movie yet and you would like to, please go watch it. It is, again, streaming on HBO Max and Amazon Prime. But we're just going to go right into the trivia here, and we'll kind of piggyback.
Steals my HBO Max. I said it and I admit it. Michael steals my HBO Max.
And you steal my Hulu.
I actually don't know because it sent me out.
Oh, well, I can give you the thing again. But you could just ask me for it. Anyway.
Sorry.
Fucking dick. We're going to go right into the trivia because we can kind of piggyback from there, and then Adam has a few notes that he wrote down that we can kind of go over as well. But first piece of trivia that we have. The writer for this, C. Robert Cargill, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, but probably not. He got the idea for the script of this movie from a nightmare he had after watching the 2002 version of The Ring. What do you think about that?
He's a fucking pussy.
I fucking hate you.
Sorry. It's so aggressive for no reason.
It was very aggressive. We're so sorry, Robert. That was very aggressive. Any real input on that?
I understand. This is my real input.
Fuck, dick. All right. Trivia number 2. The family that was hanged on a tree were all played by stuntmen. However, when the scene was first done, the stunt coordinator botched the preparations for the scene, resulting in the actors being legitimately hanged and choked. Fortunately, they survived, and the coordinator was fired soon after.
Fortunately, they survived by using the safe word pineapple.
I'm sure they were able to get out pineapple while they're fucking being choked. You fucking bitch. That was unexpected. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm just in a mood today.
They said pineapple. But no, anyway, seriously, that's fucked up.
That would be fucking terrifying.
How do you botch it up that bad that you actually hang real people?
I mean, pretty fucking easily, apparently.
I mean, I guess so, but like, you'd really think that, okay, like, I'm the stunt coordinator. I have to make sure these people don't fucking die. And you just fuck it all up and almost kill them anyway. What? You almost got a real snuff film.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they kind of are all real snuff film. That brings us to one of our other facts, is all the snuff films in this were, like, shot on a real Super 8. Yeah. So it makes it look really, really real and unsettling, and I hate it.
Yeah. And the music that they play behind it, like that weird, like, scratchy whatever music that they were playing, and I was just like, oh, that's very unsettling.
I tried. Michael told me to turn this on and start watching it, and I was just like, in a dark room. I got home from work, turned it on, and the fucking intro to the fucking movie where there's just people getting hanged turns on. And I was, nope, I'm done. Okay, stopping here for now. I'll watch it another day. I was not mentally prepared for that.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of scenery in here that's just like, whoa. Like, it really does look like real snuff films and just like,
the lawnmower scene?
Yeah, there's a lot in here that's like, wow, okay, like, I'm surprised, like, that's in here. And like, if you're filming on the Super 8 camera, right, you don't have multiple takes. Like, it's a film.
No, yeah,
like you have to get it right. And it's super hard. They have one in there where it's like the family gets pulled underneath the pool and like underwater. Like, you have to be super careful in situations like that. Like I said, you only have really one take to do it, and it's like they pulled it off, obviously, but it's pretty amazing when you really think about it that way. Let's see here.
Honestly, that's my biggest takeaway from this whole movie, is the found footage clips were so well done. The whole like Ethan Hawke investigation thing, it was really, really well done.
Yeah.
Jump scares, so fucking cheap. And I hate every single one of them.
But if we're being honest, it's almost every jump scare in a movie.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like you can. I don't know if it's just me again, like that whole thing where I'm just guessing them and I know when it's coming because I've seen so many at this point. But they all fell so flat with me. Whereas, like, when I'm just watching the snuff film aspect of it, I'm fucking horrified.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. It's because they're two completely different styles trying to put it in the same movie, so I guess it can kind of get a little bit like, I don't know if I like that or not. And actually, if I'm being honest, they were probably Jason Blum's idea, because I know the last one was the very ending of this movie where you pan back to the attic after the family's murdered and you see the film, and then the guy just kind of creeps out of the corner real quick, and then it's like a second, but it's the very last jump jump scene in this, and that was Jason Blum's idea. Like before that, like that wasn't part of it, and Jason Blum was like, you got to end it on that. There has to be a jump scene at the very end. So could have been that all of those were his ideas, and maybe that's why you don't like Jason Blum that much. So, like I could see his touch on it, and you being like, that's the parts I don't like.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny if that's the case.
If Jason Blum is in charge of all the jump scares in this movie, I understand. It's kind of like you can tell whenever Harvey Weinstein had like Harvey or Eric Weinstein had something to do with it, by like, oh, scrap that special effects and now put CGI in. Yeah. You can tell that in a fucking movie, and it makes the movie so bad. Yeah. Producers sometimes need to take a step back and let the artists do their art thing. Like, fucking shut up.
True. Yeah.
Because, like, Jason Blum, I know, has ruined movies by putting his input into shit.
Yeah. And just this was a perfect example, I guess, right? If he was really the one in charge of all of them and putting his input there when they didn't originally have jump scenes, then yeah, that would be his bad, huh?
Yes. Because I honestly, I really did hate the last one too. It wasn't good.
Like I said, I don't know if the other ones were, but I read it in the trivia that the last one was like specifically his input. Like he said, put that in there. So the last one was his idea. For sure.
It was unnecessary.
I feel like it does kind of make the movie feel cheap though, in a way, because it's like this whole movie has been terrifying, and then you're gonna leave me a second at the end where this dude jumps out, where it's like, come on.
The little girl scene, I like all the. They're so fucking cheap. Yeah. It's
You're right. I didn't think about that before, but it does. Like the movie was really good, and it didn't need any of that. So
yeah,
you're right.
But like the writing aspect and like the whole investigative story behind everything else, it's good and it's well done. That's why I'm like, is this just shit thrown in here by a studio or producers that's to make it more horror-y and appealing to the masses?
Seems like that could be the case, huh?
Yeah, seems like because I've seen stuff by Scott Derrickson that hasn't been this, and I've liked it, and it's been like really solid and like mindful. This without those jump scares would be that.
True. That's like I said, I didn't think about it before, but you're right for sure. Let me see. And yeah, the Super 8 thing was another trivia of mine, so we'll skip that one because we just kind of said about it that it was actually filmed on real Super 8. And then the last one that I have on here is in 2020, Forbes magazine conducted a study, Science of Scare project, where the heart rate of the viewers were monitored while they watched a number of horror films. And out of 35 films, this movie won, having the highest average heart rate of 86, spiking at 131 beats per minute. Thus, it is often deemed the scariest movie ever made.
You have lead up to everything, like with those found footage clips and stuff. Yeah. You have all that fucking like, you have Ethan Hawke's reaction to that, so your anxiety is already heightened because you're worried that something's going to come up behind him. You have just watching the found footage clips themselves, which are fucking horrifying and excruciatingly like cringy at fucking times.
Yeah.
Lawnmower scene being one of them. And then, like, just overall, you have the jump scares that are, like, your cheap finish for it, that are just going to keep your adrenaline spike, because when's the next one going to happen? Yeah. But yeah, I can understand why that would be the case.
I would like to say, that was my last trivia, but I would like... They literally, for this, okay, so like we said, he's a true crime writer, and he's trying to write a new book that's as popular as his first one that he read, and he's written a few since then that haven't really took off. He's written whatever. We know this is me. Hello, welcome to Dead Light Society.
We called it that there's going to be one this episode. There's probably multiple, but there's one.
Anyway, he's wrote multiple books since then, and none of them have taken off the way. I forget what the first one was called. But
it was something stupid.
Yeah, I forget. Well, whatever. It's not really important. But none of them took off the way that one did. So he has just been searching for that high that he got when he got all that attention and recognition for his first book. And when he realized this time that he had the opportunity to move into the house, not, a few houses down and, be close to the house, he literally moved his family into the house where these people were killed. And I guessed that shit right away, too. The way that his wife came out when it was in the beginning and they're unpacking their stuff, and the cop came to like talk to him for a little bit or whatever, and then his wife asked him, and he's like, like we didn't move a few houses down from the murder house again, did we? And he's like, no. And she's like, you promise? He's like, yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, you fucking bitch. He moved you into the house. I knew it right away. And I was just like, and then obviously you kind of like can see that as the movie progresses, and she eventually finds out.
Yeah, like that's what I kind of like. I just realized I did guess it immediately. Off the bat. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Immediately. But it's like, it's so fucked up to really think about it. It's just like, why would you do that to your family? Like, even if you don't believe in like a supernatural force and you really are just assuming that this little girl is missing, you're moving in so that you could try to solve the case that the police have neglected and you feel they're not doing their job and this, that, and the third. And like, I can respect that and I can understand that. But even if I didn't believe in this and I would not move into a murder house. Like, I say as I live in a murder apartment, but I wouldn't move my family. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't move my wife and endanger my 2 kids. Like, I just wouldn't do it. I would feel very uncomfortable. So.
Why not? Put your family in danger.
No, I just wouldn't do that. And I mean, this dude, like, he was so fine lying to her too. He's just like, and then when they fought about it later on, she's like, "You didn't tell me. I asked." He's like, "You asked if we moved a few houses down."
Yeah, that's one of my notes actually. He's so ego driven and like so full of himself.
Oh yeah, that part did make me laugh though, because I knew he was gonna pull that shit. I knew he was gonna. Well, you only asked if we moved a few houses down. I promised we didn't. No, we just moved into the house that it happened at, not down the road. But whatever. But that was one thing that I really just thought was dumb and stupid. And what a coincidence that he knew how to load that film too, by the way. Because if I found film like that in the attic, I wouldn't know how to fucking load that. He would just like.
We have Google.
I mean, you're right, but like, obviously he didn't show it's a movie. But I was just kind of impressed, like, oh damn, he knows how to load that right away.
I mean, that probably took place in a time where he was still a kid when that shit was actually a thing.
You're right, but. I just thought that was like a neat, like, oh damn, he went right to it. He didn't have to research nothing. He was just like, all right, this goes here, that goes there. Well, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. So you think that the lawnmower one was the craziest snuff?
Yeah, obviously it's the one that like you see Sinister and you're like, oh, lawnmower scene.
Yeah, definitely probably the most awful way to die. Being run over by a lawnmower. Yeah, ouch. Yeah,
I don't like it.
But anyway, the ending of this movie, it's just he's researching this whole time, crazy shit's happening, and then they kind of realize like, oh, it's the house, we have to move back. This whole time their old house that they're moving from didn't sell yet. Like, they're in the process of trying to get people to buy it, and it didn't sell yet, thankfully for them, or I guess not so thankfully. But they moved back to their original house because they're like, fuck this house is crazy, we're good. He burns like the film, and he burns everything, and he's like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm done. He's like, something's crazy is going on. And turns out that this whole like sinister effect happens when the families move from these murder houses to somewhere else. And that's the end of the movie, because then it's the children this whole time that are killing their families. It's not actually like,
I don't know why I didn't put that. I forget, did it say that like flat out, like that's what happens
when
they move again? That's when they.
No, it didn't.
Okay, like I didn't like put that together for some reason.
No, it didn't say. It didn't say like so plain as day like that, but literally like the day that they moved back to their old house, the deputy called him and was like, hey,
fucking right.
Yeah, he was like, hey, problem, this all happened, all these people were killed when they moved from their house. And he's like, that just put you right in danger. Like,
I focus on such little fucking shit. It might have been one of the times I turned it off too, just because I was like, okay, I need to take a break. But like I focus on all these little small details and I miss shit like that. Where it's like, obvious
It was
plot
in there, though,
points.
you're right. It was just it was after the fact, like after they had already moved back home, and then the deputy was like, you're in danger.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and they sure were in danger because they were the next ones. And I like my favorite line I think from this is at that ending right there when the daughter poisons him, ties her whole family up, and she's gonna do the next evil deed here. And she's like, as her dad's like starting to pass out from being poisoned, she's like, "Don't worry, Daddy, I'll make you famous again." And I was like, "Oh damn."
Yeah, that's a strike to the ego.
Sure was, I'll tell you that. Oh man.
Can I just say, like, how committed Scott Derrickson is to, like, horror? His first, like, feature-length movie was Hellraiser Inferno, which was one of, like, the shitty spin-offs, but, like, it's still up there as, like, one of the good ones. It goes, Hellraiser, Exorcism of Emily Rose, The Day the Earth Stood Still, Sinister, Deliver Us from Evil, Doctor Strange, Shadow Prowler, and then The Black Phone.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I like most of his movies. Or at least the ones I've seen off this list, I like them all.
Yeah. True that.
Doctor Strange especially.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I really did enjoy it. Like I said, what do you have any other big gripes with this? I know we said it was very dark, hard to see at times.
That's really it. Like, the fucking lighting situation's so fucking stupid. No one in this entire movie knows what a fucking light switch is. And it's frustrating as fuck.
True. Like I said, it's...
But then just, like, Ethan Hawke's character overall is just egomaniac. I hate him.
It's like he put his family in danger for what? So you can write a new book? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I get that's what you... But, and that's the thing, too, so to circle back a little bit. He could have been making good money. But he didn't want to do edits for, like, the college textbooks and, like, write for that.
Yeah, he's a fucking egomaniac.
That's what I mean. He was chasing the high that he got from all the popularity from his first book, that he really put his family in the middle of danger when they could have been fine at their old home, would have never moved to this fucking scary place, been fine. He could have been writing editor stuff for the college textbook. He could have had a career still, making good money. But he was like, nah, I gotta chase this story and write this book.
One man's shitty fucking decision destroyed an entire family.
Oh, yeah. Whole family dead now. Thanks, buddy.
Good job.
Yeah.
What was his name again? I just keep calling him Ethan Hawke.
I think it was Ellison.
I don't even know.
Like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I just automatically Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Maya Hawke's dead.
Yeah.
Or Maya Hawke. Oh yeah, Maya Hawke's dead.
Yeah, it was Ellison. Mm-hmm. I also like that the deputy in here, who has no name, by the way, it's just kind of Deputy So-and-so. That's he played the adult version of Eddie in the 2019 version of it.
I was wondering where the fuck he was so like familiar from when I couldn't put it together. Yeah.
Yep. He literally doesn't have a name in this, though. It's literally Deputy So-and-so, even in the credits and everything. It's like no name. And I'm pretty sure he comes back for the second one, and it's the same thing. Like, he has no name, so.
Right.
Didn't care enough about him to give him a name, I guess. He's just a deputy. It's fine. But if that's all, I think, right? Nothing else really for this?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. I think that's all I got, too. Kind of didn't go super far into depth, but I like when we kind of just read the trivia and kind of just go from there. So I feel like there's more conversation and
more natural conversation.
Yeah, I'm trying to like force every single detail into the movie when that's not really necessary.
Watch the fucking movies. If we're reviewing the movie, watch the movie. It's probably good.
Hell yeah. And like I do recommend this. It is, like I said, a little bit spooky, so just be careful. You do kind of have to watch it in a very dark setting because you can't fucking see it, so be careful.
That's true. You're gonna... Maybe that's on purpose. Those fuckers.
What?
Maybe it's on purpose, so you have to turn off all your fucking lights and shit.
Well, it has to be. That's what I mean. Like, that's what I think. That's also why this is like panned the most scary movie, scary movie, because you have to watch it in pitch dark. You literally can't watch this in your living room with your windows up, like bright sunlight coming in. You're not going to be able to see it.
Those bitches.
Yeah, you have to watch it either at night or in a very, very dark room. There's just no in between. You can't watch it otherwise. So I do think that's why it's a lot scarier too, because you have to watch it.
I mean, also movie theaters too different.
True.
So.
That's, I'm sure I would have loved to have seen this in the movie theater. Actually, probably would have been really dope. But
I would have shit myself. I genuinely would have shit myself and cried.
Especially when it came out, what I say, 2012?
Yeah. That was still middle
like
school.
15,
Yeah. Or was it 15?
2012. Yeah, we were like 15.
Oh, 2015 is when we graduated. That's right.
Bitch.
I don't fucking know anymore. I got a real job now.
He said, I don't give a shit. But still probably would have cried though, right? Still probably would have been like, oh, shit.
That was when I started like really liking horror movies though.
I was gonna say, if you cried to Insidious, you definitely would have shit your pants at this one.
I didn't cry during Insidious.
cry.
I shed 2 tears.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Okay, it's fine.
I didn't cry.
He cried. Don't let him fool you guys. I was
Such
there.
a bitch.
I saw
He's
it.
so fucking overplaying what it actually was.
I mean, like waterfalls, like snot out of his nose. Like he was crying.
So full of shit.
All right, I may.
It's like when you scream and you have like some tears in your fucking eyes. You guys get scared.
Hey, that's crying, bitch. I don't care. But no, I think that's it for this week. Like we said, next week we're coming with what the fuck are we doing? Evil Dead Rise. God,
Yeah.
I just like completely went out of my brain for a second. But we just went to go see that in the movie theater like 2 weeks ago now. So hoping I can remember most of it. I'm sure I will.
I treated Michael to a movie for once.
Yeah.
It was nice.
What
We
a
went
good
to a
guy.
matinee. And it was discounted 30% off. And it just came out like 3 days before, so that was nice.
Yeah. It was on my list to see it, so I mean that definitely worked out for me. But yeah, we'll be back next week for that. We actually do have. This is our plan. Our plan was to release an episode before this episode drops, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. So if the next episode releases and it's not Evil Dead Rise, it's going to be like a peek into our collection, like our horror collection.
Yeah, I don't know how long you actually made yours. I didn't
Mine was
watch
like
it.
14 minutes. Like it really wasn't
Okay.
long. So it's just kind of going through like what I have in my horror collection, and then Adam just has to do his of everything that he has, and his is all.
Apologize, I have to clean mine.
Well, you got most of it right there, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
you
a
have,
lot,
like,
but
really
behind
simple
you,
bits.
there's a whole other section.
That's what I mean. So Adam will get a video at some point, and we'll put that together. So that might release before this. It might release after this. It might release after Evil Dead Rise. I'm not sure timelines here, but we do have an actual video episode coming. So stay tuned for that.
Will I be in the mask?
Yes.
I probably will.
I'm gonna say he will. I'm not. I already recorded mine. I'm not in a mask. You see my face. But it's fine. I don't care. But
I don't really fucking care either. You can see my
well,
face
yeah,
through it.
I don't mean you care. I'm just like I don't care. I don't care enough to. I'd have to. And plus, I only have one mask. I have like the Jason mask. That's it.
That is true.
You have a million masks that you can wear.
That's true.
I
I've
only
been
have
collecting
one,
masks since
so-
I was like 12.
Yeah, it's not really going to do much for me. So. But yeah, that's all we have. So we will see you guys next week with probably Evil Dead Rise, and then like I said, the horror collection is coming, and then we have some other plans. But that's all for this week.
We will catch you on the flip side. I never said that, but I'm saying it this week.
It's fine. It's fine. Nobody listens at this very end anyway, so it's fine.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.